Morning traders. So this is your Dax daily review. So we did get another green bar, not much direction. I think the net movement was 50 points or something, 60 points. Well, take it to the tail, it was 111 points, and then you had the pullback. But anyway, fairly small move, but I suppose it's pretty standard for the DAX. Now, I'm still a little bit wary about this because we are still hovering at this neckline. Okay, so this neckline of this big head and shoulders is still very much a problem area for me. So I'm very cautious about going long at this level. I'd like to see a pullback. If I see a pullback and we start building a position or start building a base, that's the area that I'd be looking to get in. Now, these breakaway gaps here, it's a pretty strong signal that we are moving, and every day has been green, so that is a fairly good signal. But still, nevertheless, I'd like to see some kind of a pullback before we start looking for some longer term trades to the upside. Okay, and you can see we had this warning here yesterday with this inside tail. We gapped down and then we rallied up. Now we've got this pin bar here. Now a break below that pin bar would be very telling, and a break above it will be telling in the opposite direction. But for all intents and purposes, this trend is up. It's very strong to the upside. This week has been a pretty good week so far for the longs. And if we'd actually just stayed in on this, you'd be up, well, at the moment, 370 points. So let's have a look at the futures market at the moment. Fairly flat. The US, we can't call it really a rally yesterday. It was sort of up 0.5%. Yeah, this S&P was fairly flat, but the Nasdaq was flat. Dow Jones was up a little bit better, fared a bit better, 0.6% up. So no real movement there, but there is non-farm payrolls today, so that is going to affect us. So basically, my view still pretty much is the same as yesterday. Based on this pattern here, is I'm very reluctant to be long at these levels. I want to see pullbacks before I look for a long. Okay, and I am looking for long because this trend is up. So if we look at the hour, you'll see a little bit of a different picture. So we did gap down. Okay, and I'm going to use this level here. You can see we gapped down onto that previous resistance. There was up, resistance, down, break up, come back, find it, and then accelerate off. So there was your pullback onto the level, and you're looking to trade with the trend, which is long. Now, your next logical pullback that you're looking for has already been tested, which is here. Okay, so now what you're looking for is to maintain, and you could pop across to the 30-minute. There's my bottom fractals there, so I want to see that level hold. If this level does go, it will be below the midline of the alligator. So in other words, the teeth. This is the red line. And a break below that, and a 30-minute candle that closes below this fractal level here, in there, which is pretty much this previous breakout test. That is a valid short signal, and your stop will be around about there, above this tail here. Okay, so stop at about 12.020, and you're looking for an entry of 11.980 approximately. Okay, so you can see the oscillator has gradually been moving to the downside while price is moving to the upside. So 1, 2, 3 highs, 1, 2, 3 lows. Okay, so that is kind of my view at the moment. Is we want to be going with the trend, which is up, but you really don't want to be climbing in up here. you want to have a decent pullback, and that decent pullback will give you an entry to go long. But this little setup that we got here on the half hour is a little bit concerning for me. So if this level does not hold, 11,984, if that level does not hold, then short it is. Okay, just be careful with non-farm payroll. So if this thing does start moving to the downside this morning, during this morning session, it's probably just going to meander. And then I would be looking for longs off the next breakout, which would be somewhere around there. Okay, if I come to the hour, you'll see we're still very much in the uptrend. And if you come to the 4 hour, you'll see any of these, even this gap close here, as I said yesterday, is still part of the uptrend. Okay. So, this is not a wise man number one. I know we've got a big tail here, it looks like a pin bar, but there is no real deviation from the red line. If you look at price, so if I just draw two lines here, there's the one for price, and at the same point to there. So slight deviation, but you want to see a deviation like that for it to be a confirmed wise man number one. Okay, so, and I don't see anything on any of the lower time frames. And then maybe one on the 12. Let's just see. Yeah, there's a wise man number one. So there's a massive pin bar there. Okay, now if I draw my line from there to there, and then along the red line, you see the angle here is far greater. So that is a much more valid wise man number one signal. Okay, and the other thing is, let's get a square. Here is another wise man number one. There's actually two here, and we've had a break above it. Okay, so it's pretty interesting at the moment. So if I look at the 12 minutes as well, you can see there's a lot of merit here for that flag being tested, maybe come and test it again and then rally, or it has been tested and we're gonna move to the upside. Okay, but anyway, for me, I'm really reluctant to be long up here. I want a deeper pullback. So more than likely going to sit on the sides with non-farm payrolls today. And I'm traveling this afternoon, so I won't have an opportunity to trade. And I'd much rather be sitting in front of my trading station in order to place those trades. So my advice to you today is really watch what's going to happen. You're looking for longs. You want a deep pullback. If non-farm payrolls is a bad number, it's going to pull back quite deeply, but I'm pretty sure the buyers will step in just based on this trend. So they're not going to throw away 5 days of gain at the drop of a hat because of a number that comes out, but a data that comes out. So they will let it run, and then they will climb in and add to their positions. Okay, so that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. Don't want to be long at the top here. I'd rather be long down the bottom. Okay, so watch those breakouts. Just put your levels in, and you can put them in on the hour, because we are very close to a weekly level and monthly level. So use the half hour or the hour to pick your levels and trade off those levels. Okay, so that's kind of my view for today. Looking for longs, but would like a much deeper pullback. And that's pretty much the story for today. Anyway, guys, hope that helps. Enjoy your weekend, and I will catch you later. Cheers for now.